Greetings, fellow prop builders, and I'm pretty excited to show you today my new build, which I call the auto destruction module. So in case the Empire wants to board my ship, I'm going to activate it, fly away in an escape pod, and the Empire will be in for a big surprise. So it took me 2 months to build that. And like you see, it's quite simple. Switches, LEDs, a small LCD screen at the top, and some gribblies around the unit. So it's simple, so you may wonder why 2 months to build that. It's because actually it's not one prop, but two props, a module and an enclosure. And the whole thing come alive when the module is inserted into the enclosure. So that was the challenge. And I'm going to demonstrate later in the video how I activate the auto destruction module and how it works and different functions of the module. But first, here is the story of the challenge to build that. So the idea came to me when my son brought me, who works as a repairman for industrial kitchen appliances, brought me a broken temperature unit that he replaced at work. And it's a very nice box, very sturdy. It's a square metal box. The frame is in metal. It's very easy to take apart, so removing the electronic inside the broken unit was very easy. And at the bottom of the broken unit there is amazing connectors. So this is when I got the idea of having that module coming alive when inserted into another module. So the idea is having the module with an Arduino inside it, inserted into a kind of enclosure, having also its own Arduino. And when the module is inserted into the enclosure, this is when they both came alive. So I had to find a way to give power to the module when it's connected to the enclosure. And also I wanted the two Arduinos, the module and the enclosure, talking to each other using wires because the Arduinos have no wireless capabilities. I posed the construction of the props to be able to experiment with communication between two Arduinos using two wires. So I think I spent 2 to 3 weeks experimenting with the communication between the Arduinos. And along the way I've built a library to facilitate this communication. And I've released the video on that on my channel if you want to see it. I've put the link in the video description. After that I started designing the front facing for the module and also the front facing for the enclosure. Planning the LEDs, the switches. I have an MP3 player inside the module playing sounds. I have an LCD screen on the enclosure, and I want to leverage the communication between the two Arduinos by synchronizing the sound of the module with what is shown on the LCD screen, so to have a more pleasant experience with the prop. The next phase of the build was the hardest one. Finding a way to have a mechanical connection between the two modules, the module and the enclosure. So I achieved that by using strong magnets that I attach at the bottom of the enclosure, and using the connectors at the bottom of the module, I was able to make them tightly connected together, both for distributing the power, the 12-volt power to the two Arduinos, and also to allow them to communicate with each other using two wires but going through the magnets. So I think I've spent 5 to 6 weeks doing that, perfecting the way they attach together with the magnets, and I released the detailed video on how I did that, so I've put the link in the video description if you are interested. And after those weeks, I have a working prop, but still an unfinished one. The paint job was the easiest part of all, even though it's long because you have to wait for the paint to dry. So I just apply a standard primer and also a gray base color like the gray you see on my panels behind me. And I use my airbrush to add some shades to the prop and give it a kind of weathered look. And my pinstriping skills are not very good. It didn't turn out very well, but I have to live with that. You may be asking why I don't use any batteries to power my module and my enclosure. That's because I want to place the auto destruction module here on the wall, and it will be powered by this connector jack from this panel, the long range sensor. So everything is powered by a single DC adapter, and the auto destruction module will be sitting right here with a connection between the long range sensor using jack connectors and the auto destruction module. And I'm going to show you in a moment how the auto destruction module works. Now let's see what happens when I insert the module into the enclosure. Now that the module is fully inserted and functional, let's run a diagnostic.
Calibration is locked at normal. Diagnostic underway. Diagnostic complete. Sensors are functioning normally.
Now the auto destruction module is fully operational. Let's see what we got on the radar.
Tactical alert. Vessel approaching, bearing 184, Mark 7.
Now my ship is surrounded. It's time to activate the auto destruction sequence.
Danger. The emergency destruct system is now activated. The ship will detonate in T-minus 10 minutes.
Now when the module and the enclosure is left unattended, every 20 minutes it scans the horizon to see if anything goes by. So let's look at what happened when I receive a message. Here is the radar detection. Here is what is happening when a friendly ship is detected. And finally, here is what happens when an enemy ship is detected.